Hey my Squidlings, Katie here, and I hope you are having a squidlicious day. So for today's review video, we're going to be taking a look at water mixable oils, and this is not just any set of water mixable oils. These are Marie's. I will leave a link in the description below if you want to purchase these. I did buy them, so you know, not being paid or anything, opinions are my own, all that good stuff. So this set comes with 18 different colors and you can only get them at Jerry's or Amazon. For USA, I'm not really sure where you can get them outside of the USA. They're water mixable, so that means you do not need to use solvents to thin them down, and they are 12 milliliter tubes each. The light fastness and pigment info is on the tube, which is really nice. Of course, the tubes vary in light fastness. Most of these are not single pigment colors. Also, don't forget, I'm still hosting a coloring contest over on my Patreon. If you want to enter that, you pledge at least $1. So here I am mixing them with the two different colors of white, and one white is just a little more transparent than the other. The one on the right side is more opaque, and the one on the left side is a little more transparent. So now I'm swatching them out, and I'm doing the pure pigment and then thin down with water, and then underneath is just the pigment itself. One thing I thought was a little annoying is some of the tubes did separate, but I've had even good quality brands do that, so it could just be the fact that these sat in the tube for a little bit before I opened them. However, a little does not go a long way with these, so you're going to be constantly dipping back into a color until you get, you know, the coverage that you want. However, all of these paints are pretty creamy, and they're really smooth, and they are nice to work with. Now, I am doing a really thin down underpainting layer right here. This is thin down with Kaatydid, so it's not water, it is Kaatydid, and this is just a fast drying medium so I could get my underpainting down, so I knew what I wanted to paint, and it's kind of like the equivalent of sketching, but you get to sketch with your paint. And I have prints and originals over at my art store if you're interested in owning any of my art. These are affordable. At Jerry's they're $15.99, and I think at Amazon they're $16.99 for the set, but at Jerry's you can get a discount, so that doesn't have to be $15.99, but you get 18 tubes, and honestly I think that's pretty cheap for a decent set of, you know, student quality paints. These are a good intro into oils. Like I said, they are small covering power. It's not very great with the covering. They have hardly any smell, and you don't need to use solvent, and I know a lot of you guys would be really happy about this because it has no need for solvent, so you don't have to worry about toxic fumes. You can just use water. Some of the colors took 2 days to dry, and some of them took 4 days to dry, so it just kind of depends on how thick you put the paint down and what color it is, because, I don't know, some of the colors dried really quickly. You cannot buy these open stock, so if you run out of like your favorite blue, you're gonna have to buy the whole set again, which that's one thing I think is probably the biggest downfall for this set, is that if you need another color, you either have to mix it, or if you can't mix it, then you have to substitute it. So as far as likes and dislikes are concerned, it's a cheap set. It's, you know, a good intro for oils, and you don't need solvent. It's got a nice color range, and I think the neutrals are really great. You get a lot of neutrals in this set. And it can be fun for practice. So if you're not a beginner oil painter, but you just want to practice with something that you don't feel bad about throwing out, or you don't really care about too much, these would be a great set for you. Again, these don't cover very much. You're going to have to use layers and layers to get a really like opaque coverage, unless you mix it with white, and even then the white's not super, you know, covering. But it's just the price you pay for student quality stuff sometimes. It does not rinse well out of your brushes. That is one thing I found out that was really weird, because they are water soluble, so you'd think they'd be a little bit easier to rinse out. Yeah, no. So after each painting session, I would take my master's brush cleaner and I would just clean the heck out of my brushes just to make sure there was no oil left in them. And again, there's no open stock, so that is one thing I found was kind of sad, because, you know, these are pretty good as far as a beginner set is, but if you run out of that one color that you really love, you're either going to have to cry about it, or you're going to buy the set, which I would not recommend doing, to be honest. Overall, it's a good set for beginners. Again, it is student quality. It's a good set for practice. Would I recommend it for somebody who's like super professional? No, probably not. Would I recommend it for somebody who is just wanting to get into oils and wants a good feel for how oils will work but doesn't want to pay the price? Yeah, I recommend that for somebody like that. So now let's talk about the painting since it's almost done. So after I did the underpainting, I just painted, and I went for a really like brush strokey impressionist kind of painting. I wasn't really trying too hard. I just wanted to have fun and play with it because I don't work in oils too much. But again, this was a good practice piece for me and I had a lot of fun. You can see at the top there's like a little heart, and I did not end up doing anything with that. I ended up painting over it because I did not like it. So the video is nearing a close. I want to thank you guys so much for watching this review. If you got to the end of the video and you didn't hear it from the last video, I am going to be doing less videos a week just because I can. So Mondays are going to be like speed paints and just generally videos, and Fridays are going to be like unboxings and reviews. So we're not going to have a review every week. I know, you're so sad. So anyway, thank you guys for watching this video. Thank you for taking the time out of your day to spend time with me. If you haven't already and you want to be a part of our cute little squid pod, click that subscribe button down below, and there's this little bell thing next to it. If you click that, you get notified on each and every video that I upload. If you want to follow me on my social media, links are in the description below. And if you want to follow me on Patreon, you can certainly do so. Get access to coloring contests and an art raffle and all the content that I post on there for as little as $1 a month. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. And until next time, toodaloo!